What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the IEP Weekly Update, where we dive into what's happening this week in the performance track, as well as other announcements and updates from the IEP team. This week, we don't actually have any announcements or updates about new things dropping, so we're just going to focus solely on what's happening in the training program. This week, we're in week 5 of cycle 2, our power cycle, and because we're in week 5, this means that it is time for a deload week. For us, a deload week is a time where we back off of the overall volume, still hit some decently heavy weights, but really focus on just doing the minimal effective dose here, particularly in this week, get the necessary speed and power, necessary strength work, and the necessary capacity pieces to maintain our readiness. But other than that, we want you to get in, get out, and spend time outside of the gym doing things other than lifting weights and sprinting and doing things like that. We want you to go to the range if you have time. We want you to spend time with your family. And most of all, we want you off your feet, recovering as best as you can outside of work. So we're gonna quickly dive into what's happening this week and just break it down day by day. Monday is going to be a speed and power day. We'll start off with a good dynamic warm-up, then we'll roll into our walk-in starts, which is a soft start. This overcomes all the inertia initially in the start by walking in, jogging in within the first 5 yards as you build up, and then you accelerate for 10 yards. Roll into lift prep, and then we'll hit a power movement, and then we'll finish off with the Nordic hamstring curls and cool down. Tuesday is going to be our primary strength day. We'll start off with a good warm-up, get some blood flowing, get loose, open up the joints a little bit with some mobility, and then activate the muscles that we're going to use for this session in a lift prep. Then we'll get into our power work to prime the system. Going into the strength and power portion after that initial power piece, we'll do a back squat supersetted with med ball rebound jumps, and then we'll go into our pulling strength and power superset, where we do seated rows and then an explosive plate row combined with that. After this, we'll hit a short work capacity piece. Being the deload week, this is totally optional. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. You can go 30 days in between capacity efforts and still maintain your ability, so skipping one time is not going to kill you. Then we'll roll into Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be our change direction day. This day is going to be focused on the back pedal, something that we don't typically focus on in law enforcement as a whole, but it is a movement that if you just scrolled through Instagram, you've definitely seen somebody do it. So we're going to work a little bit on the back pedal skill, and then we'll hit an aerobic capacity piece after this. Thursday is going to be our accessory day. We'll start off with a similar warm-up as to what we did on Tuesday. Get the blood flowing, loosen up a little bit, and then activate those muscles we're going to use. Then we'll prime our system with a singular power exercise of overhead backwards throws using a med ball, and then we'll roll into our pushing superset that is strength and power focused. We'll do weighted push-ups followed by a clapping push-up, and then we'll get into our main accessory movements. And with it being a deload week, even these accessory movements are going to be cut down in terms of volume, so you can spend a little bit less time. So it's going to look like a lot when you open up the app and scroll through, but it really isn't. It's not going to take near as much time as the past few weeks have taken. Friday is going to be our main max velocity day. We'll start off with a good warm-up, get a little springy with some plyometric work with traveling pogos, and then we'll get into some easy build-ups where we work just 40 yards, where we build up gradually up to our top speed to where we can hold for at least the last 5 to 10 yards. Following this, we'll have a hinge-focused strength and power piece. We'll do rack pulls as well as a dumbbell hang high pull. So just something to where it's a shorter range of motion, not as far as we've typically done with the deadlift in the past 4 weeks, but we want to move fast and lift a little heavy. And so this is how we're going to do that. Then we'll get into the work capacity piece. Again, this is totally optional. If you don't have time, awesome. Again, you will not lose gains if you miss one capacity piece. Then we'll get into Saturday. For those who missed something in the week due to a schedule change or just life, it is a makeup day. But if you are able to get everything in, then it is an active recovery day. And this active recovery day, we're not going to do any tempo runs. We're just going to be doing a warm-up and some mobility work to get you feeling better and allow you for more rest time so you can prep for the next training block. And then finally, Sunday, today is our rest day. This is a day to get away from the gym, get away from the range, get away from work if possible, and just recover, spend time with family, spend time with friends, check in on your buddies, eat good food, make sure you're hydrating, and get sleep where you can. Give yourself the best opportunity to attack this upcoming week. Until next week, stay safe, train smart.